Hey folks, welcome back to the table. And we just lost 15 minutes of video. I was in the middle of taking the first turn and actually fully resolved the first turn, which was the Archer. And somebody sent a text while we were in the middle of the combat, and that text, of course, was very personal, and it showed up in the video. So I don't edit my videos, so I basically just had to scrap the whole thing. So let me give you a quick recap. We got this event, we got poisoned. The Archer was the random one selected. She got poisoned. She lost 3 health, 3 essence. She did a wisdom check. She chose the wrong potion, and she ended up losing 3 more. Okay, so she got damaged hard. And then after getting damaged really hard, the Archer then attacked the snake, and the snake reduced her quite literally to 1 health and 0 essence. In fact, the battle ended without the snake being dead, and then she spent her final essence to use the dual shot. The snake only had like 2 health and just needed 1 more hit, and all she had to do was not roll a 1. She rolled a 4. She did the 1 damage that was needed to kill the snake, and this is, of course, was the snake that was trying to escape the dungeon. So she's sitting on 1 health and 0 essence, but she did her job. All right. Now, with that being said, the dog made it to her, and so the dog gave her an elixir, an ogre juice, and a healing potion. So she's fine. She's going to be able to heal up just fine. And the dog took her 1,200 bucks, and then we cashed in the quest, the chalice. So the dog brought the chalice back to town, and I'm at the spot now where I need to figure out what to do with this $1,200. So I'm going to pause the video, go through the shop, because I want to get some more items, and I'm quickly realizing that, like, for example, the Cleric doesn't have the best items in the world. The Paladin for sure doesn't. Heck, even the Archer doesn't. But we're gonna try to get some more items to help beef up our characters as we take on these Guardians and move forward. So the Archer is the only one that took her turn, and of course we didn't spawn a Guardian, and we're down to 12. So that gets you caught up on that 15 minutes that you missed, and I'm gonna hit pause, and we're gonna grab some shop items and figure out how to spend this. It's not just 1,200 gold. We actually got another 500, because remember, we brought the chalice in and completed that quest. So it's 1,700 gold. Let's see what we can buy. Okay, this step it's really, I'm very torn on what to get. So let me show you like some of the options. Obviously, we still can't equip any of the tier 3 stuff, but so everybody has at least 1 weapon that does +2 damage. There's a few folks, like for example, the Cleric has a +1 damage scepter. The Paladin has a +1 damage Mace that doesn't even give a bonus to like here. So it's crappy. I mean, so we could argue that the Paladin should get something. The Mage has a hunting bow that's just as crappy. Like, it adds a +0 down here and only does 1 damage. Everybody else at least has a +1 damage weapon that at least gives some kind of bonus, even if it's not super good. It's usually a +2. Okay. So let's say, like, for example, the Rogue, who's good with this skill. You can put a socket in. So then the temptation is well, we should just pile on, right? So if we ever get the dagger, we're going to really get the dagger, because you can put a +4 here. So this becomes a +6. But there's a part of me that's like, you know, you want to pick like your worst skill. And at first I laughed at it, because Roger suggests it several times in the rulebook. Because as you know, the rulebook's written like a conversation. He always talks about giving them bonuses to the skills they're weak in. And in a way, you can, it actually is nice, because then you can make them, so if they ever go up against a monster that has those skills that you're not very good at, you can still handle it. So, you know, you can handle it solo even. So that's what I'm, you know, contemplating. So that's one path. Another path is, like this one here is very attractive because it has the square socket. So we can give somebody a +2 to magic, doesn't matter who, but we're doing it for this. And then like, what can we do with that? Well, we can, there's a square gem that you can get that if you do damage, you automatically just do one more. So no matter what weapon you do damage with, you get to do one extra damage. And I think that would work for both of your phases. So that's essentially 2 extra damage every round, assuming you hit. So there's also this one. So you spend 1 less essence for your abilities, which that's something. And then here, after 1 successful warfare roll where damage was dealt, deal 1 additional damage to target monster. It says after 1 successful warfare roll. But what if you have another successful warfare roll? You see what I mean? I think it's +1 damage, period. So you're always just doing 1 extra damage above whatever your weapon does. And then, of course, this one's always nice. +3 to all those attributes. So when we get those willpower checks, whatever, you're just getting an automatic +3. There's some really nice square gems is what I'm getting at. Even this one's nice. +2 base movement for some of your heavier guys. And then, of course, you have a whole plethora of these, where you either add a +2 or a +4. It all depends on how many red gems you spend, right? Those are the circle gems, of course. So, so my thought is okay, the +2 is always nice, and then, you can give yourself a nice little perk of like extra added damage. So that's one of the items I'm really considering. Obviously, these weapons are good. I mean, this is way better than the +1 damage whatever weapon. And so let's say I give this dagger to somebody who's bad at the dagger attack. So for example, the paladin is a -3 for the dagger attack. Then I would put a gem in that gives a +4. So this is a +6. So then he would be overall +3 towards the dagger, and then he could still use it for, for example, the scepter attack, because he gets a +4 to his scepter attack. He can still use this for the scepter attack and get a +2 damage, which is better than his crappy +1 he gets now. And then here, we could do the same thing with chaos and just make somebody super good at chaos attacks when they normally aren't. Here, of course, we can add another +3. I mean, heck, you can even give that to the paladin. So now the paladin's not only good with this, but then, that's going to make up for it too. There's so many possibilities here. And then, of course, you get +1 to agility. Those are all things that I'm going to forget to do. And then this one's a really nice one I was contemplating, because you get +3 to 2 things. And how can you complain about that? The Archer, by the way, has a necklace. It's this one right here. It gives the +1 magic, +1 bow, but we can just give this to somebody else and then give this to the Archer. Of course, does the Archer really need a +3 bow? That's a good question. No, they don't. So then, we should give this to somebody who maybe isn't very good with the bow or actually, we should give this to the Rogue, because the Rogue gets a +0 bow and a +4 chaos, so this would make it +7. So Rogue is your Chaos Master or whatever. Oh gosh, there's so many possibilities here. And that's why I'm torn. But my conclusion, though, is since you're getting 2 bonuses to 2 different warfare types, it's worth doing. So the other thing is okay, I'm looking at weapons. I need one that does scepter attack, because the paladin's really good at scepter, and I want to get rid of his +1 damage weapon. There just isn't any. There's no scepter attack type weapons. So then you're doing like what I said. We're going to just beef up the paladin in a different type of skill. And, the dagger is really extreme because he gets a -3 to his dagger. But what better way to basically compensate for his negative dagger ability? It'll make him a lot more powerful. And we can even give him the item that gives him, like, for example, this armor would give him a +2. We got this would give him a +3. So he could still use that dagger for scepter attacks when it comes up. It's just the dagger itself won't be giving him scepter damage. But yeah, so you get the gist. So it's then if you start thinking that way, 1,700 gold's not enough. I also think I need to get some more potions because I have been going through a few. But you know, so what do we do? Like if I get that dagger, like we were talking about, and like that ring. Well, there's, you know, all kinds of awesome rings. That's a +3 ring as well. Here's another +3 ring. I mean, how can you complain about those rings? I mean, they're really nice. I could also have the paladin get this, which gives him a +2. Yeah, they're very pricey though. I mean, right here we're looking at 1,100. That's $1,500 right there, and that's not even getting a weapon. I think the weapons are going to be important. I only have $1,700. That's the thing. So, for example, the mage has a bow that gives a +0 and only does 1 damage. The paladin. This is what I'm talking about. So it does +1 damage and has a +0. So it's a worthless starting weapon. The mage has... So I'm feeling like I need to buy at least 2 weapons. But if you sit here and do the math, you're not going to be able to buy 2 weapons and those 3 items. So my eyes are bigger than my stomach, or however that saying goes. They're bigger than my wallet. Let's put it that way. We do have 2 nice weapons here. 1,200. The +2 magic damage would actually fit great with the mage, because the mage actually already gets the a nice dagger bonus. And then I can give this to the paladin, so the paladin would get the +chaos. You know, it doesn't equate or overcome the magic dagger issue we were talking about, but we can make him, you know, decent at the chaos instead. What's funny is we got a lot of these in the beginning of the game, but now we're getting a lot of this. And I'm not even seeing this anymore. But, yeah, I think I'm going to have to go with wiping these. So this is going to be 1,200. We're going to spend 1,200 for those. That's going to hurt. Let me look at the level 2 items, because they also do +2 damage and have a socket. Like, for example, that one does 2 damage and still has a socket. So we could... It'll save us some money. I'm just not sure how badly I want the chaos for the paladin. The paladin actually gets a 0 to its bow. The mage gets a +1 to his bow. So we can do... All right, so we're going to do it that way. So we're going to get the bow for the mage. All right, so that's going to be $1,100 plus $100 for each gem. So that'll be $1,300. And then I have $400 left over. So of course, I wanted to get the this, which is 400, but then I need another 100 for a gem. So that's obviously a problem. There's still a lot more weapons to possibly get. But I'm going to go ahead and do that for now and just put the blacksmith stuff over there. So I'm going to have 400 left over. I think we should buy an ogre juice, a healing potion. So that's 200, and then I'll have $200 left over. So I'm going to spend $1,500. We have $200 left. I'll keep it on the dog. All right, and then as far as the gems go, we're going to maximize these suckers. And what I'm basically doing is we're going to, so for example, I want to put a +4 on that to make it a +5. And then for the purple, we'll do the same. And then we're just going to basically try to maximize make them good in a skill that they're normally not good at. Okay, so what do I need to do this? I need 2, 2, and 2. And we have a crap ton of stuff here. There's 1. There's 2 Zoltan. There's 2 Moonstone. And there's 2. All right, so that covers the amethyst that we needed. So all of this is out. All right, and then for this one, it should be 2, 2, and 2 again. And it is. So there's the 2 of those. Here's 2 Zoltan. And here's 2 Moonstone. So we still have plenty more left. So with that done, we now have some nice gemmed out stuff. Somebody was complaining on Board Game Geek that because you can't level up to level 3 until the final stage, that this game sort of becomes anticlimactic. Because right now is when you need the level 3, not the later when the game's pretty much over. And I tend to agree with that. I think that the fact that we can't wear or buy any of these level 3 items is a bit problematic. But so I'm going to give this to the Paladin. Excuse me. And that'll give him the +4 that we've always been looking for. These are the droids. So now he's going to get a +6 to his daggers when normally he gets a -3. So that'll give him an overall +3 to daggers. And then we have these 3 items are all going into, we own them, but they're worthless to us from now. So we got rid of, and why do I have 3 when I only bought 2 items? The Mage had this one turned over in his stack. I'm just moving them over all the way. And yeah, so I apologize. That's time consuming, and I spent a lot more time while the video was off handling that as well. So that ends the dog's turn. So now we're going to move to the knight, who's going to do some mining. And so we still have the event, the environment thing that's giving us this. And the pickaxe is still full strength. Obviously, you could have a bad day if you roll these 12s a lot. But we've been quite lucky, and I've been very happy with the way these pickaxes last a long time. They're not wearing down super quickly, but they do wear down faster and faster as they go down. So I guess it would be something to worry about. Ooh, Roger just wrote me. He's doing a Kickstarter. He's doing another Kickstarter, folks. He's getting the update worked on for his expansion. So we got that, and we'll do that. So here we go. That was almost a bad roll, and that one is crappy. So we're looking at C, and here we go. There we go. We replaced one of the ones we lost. So let's roll again and get some more. All right, I rolled a 10, so we're good there, and a 2. So it's just as bad as rolling a D3, but there we go. Jade and Sunstone. All right, so yes, the mining is a little slow with these guys, but it's better than nothing. And this game is, we're getting to a spot where I don't know what to do on my turn because we're just waiting for the Guardians to show up. So let's move to 3, which is the Mage. So the Mage, I think we're going to run back and maybe join with the other group. Or better yet, let's try to do the Mystery Chamber, right? So maybe the Mage should join with the other group to do the Mystery Chamber. So I'm going to try to, let's see, who's 4? 4 is the Paladin, 5 is the Cleric. So we can get this done. And yeah, let's do this. The Mage is going to form a party. So we're going to drop it down to 13. And so the Mage is going to ask the Paladin and Cleric to join him. And we're going to go into this room right here. So for the Mage, it's pretty easy. He gets a bonus of 2. He doesn't even have to roll, and he made it into the room. These other 2, though, it's not so easy. So let's see how they do. So let's start with the Paladin. I rolled a 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he gets to add 2. He made it. The Cleric only rolled a 1, and then she adds 2. And she's rolling, oh, there it is. There's a 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And she makes it as well. So it's a mystery chamber. We don't know what it's going to do, but we went in there as a party. And what do I have to do with the mystery chamber? Oh, we have this. Here we go. Let's reach in. This one. Level 3 monster. I'm really glad. Sorry, Roger is texting me right now. So let me pause and get back to Roger. Okay, so Roger and I were talking about how to speed up the minion phase. And we were thinking of, or I suggested, having a deck of cards, which I know it's more table space, but what if I drew a card that said, all the Orc Archers go along the purple path, all the all the skeletons go this way, whatever. The card would be very handy because now you're not rolling all the time. And I don't know, like, we could probably even do something similar for raids. I just don't know. I don't know how much he wants to work on that, but since he's doing an expansion, I figured I'd give him that feedback because in my opinion, this game's a ton of fun, but that minion phase takes forever. And I'm only doing 5 minions. So we're doing a level 3 monster. That's what the mystery chamber is. So basically, it's crap. And the good news is, I guess, is we'll get some points if we win. And let's get our combat up. Bring this over. Put that there. Okay, so we got to reset. All right, we have swords, we have scepter, and we have magic. And so the 3, we got perfect. We have the paladin, the cleric, and the wizard in the party. So guess which one's going to be which? So bing, 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 right? So wizard, paladin, cleric, of course. Let's go. Oh, this one is not an elite, so there's no text. I finally remembered, and of course there wasn't any this time. All right, so we're at 11 for the scepter, and of course the cleric adds at least a 5. Yeah, a 5. So that's 16, and so cleric's going to do 2 damage. Then we have a 6 for the magic, and the mage is adding a boatload. 4, 6, 11. So that's more than enough for the Mage to do 3 damage. It's not undead, or he would do 1 more. And then the last one here is 13 for the sword, and the Paladin is adding 3, 7, 9. So 13 and 9, yeah. We obliterated this thing, and everybody did, the Mage did 3 damage, the Cleric and the Paladin each did 2, so we just did 7 damage, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. We're taking out level 3 guys. I mean, we should be if we're doing a party of 3, but I mean, this couldn't have been any better for us. All right, so then we got to roll a d20. And we rolled crap. It was a 7. It was crap. So we don't get any loot from him. That's a big disappointment. These guys their loot rolls are, they're actually like around 15 and 14. I mean, we could actually get some decent stuff. So now we move on to the next guy. All right, so as far as our turn goes, we're done. We did the mystery chamber. We got a level 3 monster, and that was it. Oh, there's a crate in the room as well. I forgot we were sitting on top of it. So there is a crate. And remember, this is just a master token. So we have to now find the cup. There's this crate cup here. And then we're going to draw one. Oh, let it be a good one. We never have enough gold in this game. Draw 1 loot card. Oh, I'll take that. That's like getting 500-600 gold, right? Assuming you get a good loot card. Oh, it's a tier 3, but it's still a wonderful one. Look at that. It's an $800 one. Plus 3 damage. Bow. It is a legendary, and it's socketed, of course. So we're going to have to hold on to this, but this is a great one. Yes. So, what's next? We took everybody's turn. Nope. We got the rogue. Still needs to go. So now what we need to do with the rogue is we're trying to get over to unlock this room. So I'm going to roll a 2, and then it gets a bonus of 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I'm going to roll a 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And just so you know, there's a wall here, and that's what's preventing, 1, 2, 3, 4. She is 4 spaces away, but it's the center of this, and it hits the wall. So we're fine. And then we got to do this, whatever that is. And I need to look up the rules again, but I think we're rolling D6s and whatnot. So let me look up those rules. I'll pause the video. Okay, so it's very straightforward, although it's a little different than what I thought it was going to be. So what I need to do is I need to roll 3 dice. Okay, the red, the green, and the blue. Okay, I need to get a 5, 5, and 4. What this is saying is I have 3 tries, so it's like Yahtzee. So if I roll all 3 dice, and let's say the red and green both hit 5 or better, I can set those aside just like I would in Yahtzee, and then I can roll the blue one 2 more times for up to a total of 3 tries to get that 4. Okay, that's basically what it is. Now, the lockpicking skill adds to this number, the number of times you get to roll the dice. It doesn't help me actually, because remember I kept saying about the D6? I thought it was going to help me with my numbers over here. It does not. So it's a little different than what I thought it was going to be, but the lockpicking skill is still good because the rogue has a 2 lockpicking skill, and then because of the gem, it has 3 more. So it gets a plus 5. So I get 8 tries to get these 3 numbers, 5, 5, and 4. I get to basically get 8 tries, which, if you don't do this in 8 tries, then you might as well just quit. Those are my famous last words, by the way. So I got the red and the green. So let's get some dice out of the way. And remember, I need a 5, 5, 4 with red, green, and blue respectively. So let's roll. Oops, I just poked the camera. That's not good. All right, so I got my 6, okay? So I can lock that one. This 5-4 doesn't work. So that's 1 out of the 8 times. That's awful. It's 2. It means we completed 2. We're on our 3rd. Awful. And there we go. 6 and 6. We did it. I wonder why, he put a line underneath this one, but none of the other ones have that. That's interesting. The line would have been nice on all of them. But I got the devil's number, and it's more than enough to beat the 5-5-4. So we picked the lock. So that opens the room, and we can get in. Now, what's the whole point of this? Is there's a crate in there. So I don't have any more actions, so I can't go in that room to actually get the crate. But the secret room... it's a secret room. So it's going to... There's a secret room deck. So we're going to draw this card and get that crate. But I need to have an action to go in there. I picked the lock, which I believe is an action. Let me look. Is lock picking? Yes, that is an action. So it took me 2 moves to get there. So once I pick the lock, I'm done. So I got to wait till the next round to be able to see what's in that room. All right, that does end the round. Well, for the heroes. So now we're going to go for the minions, and I do have to spawn one. So let's bring the camera back. Let's roll. So it's going to spawn on the 2, which is a popular spot these days. We get a Wraith, which is green. All right, and that's spawning right over here. And this is going to go on the track. All right, so D10. Where are you, D10? What did I do with it? Well, we need that, and we need that for sure. Oh, here it is. It's on the board. Okay. So first up is the Red Braid, which is way up there in the corner. All right, we rolled a 1, plus 3 is 4, and green. So 1, 2, 3, 4, like so. Okay, that gets you the green. Blue. It's the Shadow Servant. So we got a 2, plus 3 is 5, and pink. So for the Shadow Servant, it's the blue one here. Oh, that's not the Shadow Servant. This one is. 1, and then we got a pink, which is this way. 2, 3, 4, 5. Like so. Next is the spider, the itsy bitsy spider. Orange, and then 2 plus 4 is 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The archer is a 1, plus 3 is 4, orange. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then last is the Wraith we just spawned in. So a 6 plus 3 is 9, orange. 4, 5, 6, 7. And I actually need to roll again. Orange. 8, 9. Like so. Okay. So what I'm thinking of doing is, it'd be nice to have like a little grid that, you can roll a die once and then just match the row and column, and it'll tell you where all the minions are going to go for this round. So you don't have to keep rolling dice. So anyways, that's a thought. That brings us to the end of the round. We're at 35 minutes. So let's get back to the top. Roll for the torch. Torch is fine. And we're going to do our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I want to see what that rogue is going to find in that secret room. So let's do 1 for the rogue. 2. Let's do some mining. And then, well, we're going to do 2 for the knight. Have him mine first, because if that mine gets exhausted, we don't need the archer running up there. 3 on the archer. I realized I made a mistake. I gave weapons to my guys from the blacksmith, but the dog needed to run to them first to hand them the weapons. The dog was technically carrying the weapons. So my apologies there if you guys caught that and realized I was cheating a little bit. I did. Now with the dog rolling a D10 and getting plus 10 movement, I don't think we moved the dog last turn, did we? See, I can't remember because I actually had to pause the video several times, so now I've lost track. But either way, the dog needed to actually physically go to them to give them some of these new weapons. So, but to be honest, I didn't use it. Actually, I take it back. I didn't use it. The mage didn't use his new bow, and the paladin did not use his new dagger because they all use their primary attacks. So, neener. It doesn't matter. But I do think I need to spend a turn to move the dog to them. So at least from a rules perspective, we're back in we restored the space-time continuum and the natural order of things. So let's get this encounter card out of the way first. It's an environment, so we're losing the other one. Blood Red Moon, risen over the dungeon. Any undead racial trait is going to get +3 to all warfare. So this is a bad one. We lost our mining bonus. And yeah, that's how it goes. All right. We did try to use it while we could. So yes, I am going to start with the dog. And where am I looking at the wrong? Yeah, here we go. So for the dog, that's 14 movement. And that is 12 movement. So 14 plus 12. All right, so we came in to the dungeon. Fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So he's at the door to the chamber so he can hand off the weapons. And then we can hand off some ogre juice to, yeah, we're going to give one to the cleric so she can do some healing. And then, who else is in that room with them? The paladin, the cleric, oh, the mage. So we'll give the mage the healing potion. And yes, so now we got, a bit more movement left. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I don't remember how much movement I had left, so I'll just stop there. I think 6 is close enough. All right, then we're going to move on to the rogue. Let's see what's in this secret room. And okay, let's see what's in this secret room. All right, here we go. You have discovered a treasure chamber. We get 3 loot. I will take that. Now, that was the last secret room in the game. So I'm just curious, what other kinds of secrets are there? 2,000 gold. Oh my gosh, that's as good as 3 loot right there. 1,000, 2 loot. Nothing. Does he have one of those you're lost in time and space again? So far, it's been either good stuff or nothing. All right, so these are really good. So the fact that we weren't able to open that last secret room actually sucked. So you want to get into those secret rooms. And I guess that's why, you know, the +3 to lockpicking made a difference, right? Because we had 8 tries, and it took us 5 tries to get the dice to work. So the original 3 that they gave us, we would have failed to pick that lock, even with the rogue. Well, the rogue would have given a +2. So the rogue would have been able to do it, but just barely. All right, so 3 loot. Let's hope we get some good ones here, folks. What I don't want is the junk. So, all right. Here we go. First one. Redwood Staff. That's mediocre. I mean, it does the +1 damage, so maybe we can give it to somebody who still has a starting weapon. I don't think there's any of those people left. Yeah, this is mediocre. It does have the socket, though, so that part's good. I'll have to think about that one. Okay, this one's good. It is a ring that gives +3. I always forget about this stuff at here, but so our current archer is who I would give it to, but she already has a ring. So let's give it to somebody else, and I'm going to give it to the mage, because the mage actually has a bow. So we'll boost it up a bit, right? Actually, the mage gets a +5, +6 already. This would make it a +9. Yeah, why not? We're going to give it to the mage, so that way the mage is like super, super good. All right, and then this last one. Ooh, what is this? This is one of those underworld weapons. Mace of the Blood Gods. +6 damage, +8. Deduct the hero's level from the D20 result. Oh. These are, okay, a couple of things. The first one, to use this weapon, just to use it, you have to spend 1 life force. Okay? So you're going to burn through your life force just to use this weapon. The second thing is after you use this weapon, if you roll a 13 or higher, you die. That's what that means. A 13 or higher is not that hard to do. I mean, now granted, anytime I've needed a 13 or higher, I haven't gotten it. So I'm fine there because that's how I normally roll. But when my life is on the line, I'm sure I'll roll a 20. Then what it's saying is you get to deduct the level. So since I'm a level 2 right now, I would actually need a 15 or higher, right? So it makes using this a little less risky. And then, of course, a 16 or higher once I'm level 3. But +6 damage. And here's the thing. And so what they are is they're all, so this is named after Slay. So it's one of the sins, I guess. So you get a mountain of ability here. And then you add +6 damage. So technically speaking, like if you're going up against like a guardian, right? They're going to get really hard. Maybe you just do this, right? Because you're trying to get the final blow so you can beat that guardian or whatever it is that you're up against. We can give this to somebody. They just won't equip it. Because to use this all the time would be ridiculous. The paladin or the cleric would be excellent choices. Because this +8 is pretty much a guarantee with either of them that it's going to hit. And if you're going to use this dang thing and potentially risk dying, you better do your +6 damage. Oh, and by the way, the blacksmith will not buy these because they're cursed items, basically. But they are amazing cursed items. I don't know what to do with it. Like even this cost alone is very high. But I think this is for guardians. This is for the big mega bosses. So Mace of the Blood Gods, huh? All right, well, what we'll do is we're going to turn it over, and I will give it to... I'm going to give it to the Cleric. And the problem is if they die, of course you get resurrected, but That causes the town threat to go up. And in this here, if we ever get a socket for it, it could be something, but it's only a 1 damage weapon. I'm just going to unequip it. I do have other weapons that are just 1 damage, so maybe I can replace those. But yeah, I'm not very thrilled or excited about that particular one. And there's a lot of cards to keep track of right now, and that's also difficult. Oh, I thought there was a crate in that room. We drew the 3 loot, but I guess that's all there was. I thought there was a crate in that room. Oh yeah, there is, right here. So there's a crate that was also in that secret room. So let's do that now. Draw 1 loot card. We got that again. I'm not going to complain about that. This loot deck, by the way, I give Roger credit. You're never going to have the same game twice. Look at how many cards are still in the loot deck. So, Pendant of the Dark Warrior. Another tier 3 item. An awesome tier 3 item. Look at that, +4/+4. Can't use it yet, but that is super nice. So I'm going to go ahead and put that aside as well. All right, that was the rogue. Well, that was actually just 1 action of the rogue. We went into the room. So now the next action is we can go somewhere else. I don't know where else to go, to be quite honest. We need... oh, we didn't roll for the Guardian. So let's see if a Guardian spawned. I rolled an 11. The Guardian did not spawn. We needed a 12, and now it moves down to an 11. Really needed one of those to come out, to be quite honest. We need to heal. The rogue is only at 2 health. So she needs another potion. So we're going to probably have to send the dog out. So what we're going to do is we're going to start moving back to the entrance so she can help with any raiding minions that come along. So I'm going to try to avoid the traps. So we're going to go 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. And I know you weren't able to see that very well, but we came down it in down the hallway. All right, then we go to 3. 3 is the archer. Can't be the archer. We're on 2. The knight is going to mine. Mine. It's just like that Finding Nemo. Mine. And it's gonna... Oh, don't need that. What am I looking for? The D12. So we're gonna get 1 item. Pebbles and dirt. So we're going to get some cereal, some Pebble cereal. All right, so we're going to get 3 items, and it was a 2. 1, 2, 3. So get some decent items there. And he's done. So now we go to the archer. Archer is going to roll a 4. Should be more than enough to get to where she needs to go. She's going to go up in mine as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then she gets 1, 2, 3. So she'll just stand on the mining. You can actually go onto the mining location. She will mine from there. All right, so she gets 3. 1, 2. If I get a Pebbles and Dirt, I just toss it from the game. There's an obsidian. And then we're going to mine again. 3. 1, 2, Zoltan. 3. All right. We're making good work of the mines. We're getting some good stuff. I think we can make just about any gem we want right now. Obsidian is still a limiting factor. But yeah, I mean, in absence of anything else to do, that's what we are going to do. We can continue to try to clear these level 3 rooms. Now these rooms, we can try to clear these as well. Remember, these are the ones that were seeded. They actually have a level 3 and a level 4 monster in them somewhere. It is possible that you know, because not all of them made it in, that, you know, it got skipped, and some of them were empty chambers. It's really just a crapshoot, and I really don't recommend going into those rooms. Like, we did those in the very beginning of the game. We walked into those, and that's how we got killed. So I recommend waiting until you're at least level 3 to go into those rooms. Just level 3 hero, you're going to get like a huge boost to your skill rolls across the board. The level up on these heroes is actually quite significant. All right, so next, the Paladin is 4, and we could rally, but we're not going to. I'm just going to move with the Paladin. Move. So that's a 6 plus 4 is 10. And we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're heading up to do these level 3 rooms. So now the same thing is going to happen for the Cleric. Yep, Cleric's next. I rolled a 6. Plus 4 is 10. So basically Cleric's in the same place, just one step back. I could spend an essence to move up one more, but I'm not going to. I am going to spend 1, 2, 3 essence to heal the Paladin 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So he's up to 8 health. And then we're going to roll for the Wizard. And I have a 6. And the Wizard gets a plus 4, also a 10. So we got a big logjam of heroes here. Wizard's healed up quite well. The Rogue is not. And I'm going to use my Divine Healing, or not Divine Healing, but the I wanted to use the Lay on Hands from the Paladin. It's not quite so good, but it lets me roll a Healing Hands. It lets me roll 1d4. So the Paladin has to spend 2 essence. He will. We're going to roll 1d4, and this is healing the Rogue when he walked by the Rogue. So 2 heals for her. Oh, and the Paladin has 2 healing potions, so he's going to give one to the Rogue. So that way she can heal up. Okay, now we get to the monsters. Nobody's raiding. There's nobody spawning. So we have that, and that. So I'm going to get, so who's the first one? The Red Wraith is going to move 5 purple. And it's way up here. Gets a plus 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's moving along the purple path. Okay, then we're going to do the Shadow blue. Shadow's going raid. And the blue shadow is over here. So he got a 3. Plus 3 is 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Spidey. 6 plus 4 is 10. Orange. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Spidey's moving along. Then we have the Orc Archer. That's a 6 green. Where's the Orc Archer? Here. 4, and then he's going to turn around, 5, 6. Then last is the Green Wraith, which is a 5 orange. He's already moving along the orange track. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's on the spawn point. All right, so that brings us to the end of the round. So we still have to kill 3 guardians. Not a single one has spawned yet. We have our party basically formed that's going to try to kill them. But you never know. It could always be something else. We don't want to let our health get too far down. To be quite honest, this part of the game is getting a little boring. I'm not very excited about the fact that we have nothing to do. Now, I am clearing out level 3 monsters, as you saw, but clearing out level 3 monsters with level 2 characters sort of stinks. And then it's just going to make the next phase even more boring, because when we get to level 3, we're going to have the same issue where the guardians aren't spawning. And then we need to clear out the level 3 monsters. Now, we do have these rando rooms that we can clear out. Like, some of these you're just going to get points or life force points for, but some of them actually have crates. It's not very exciting. So, is this a fun game? Yes, but I'm getting exhausted, is the point I'm making. And I always speak freely about things. It was very fun in the beginning, but as level 1 heroes, it's very frustrating because you have to be super careful and pick your battles wisely. Now we're level 2 and we're getting a little badass. We're quite powerful now. But the issue is the game is just a slog, because I can't do anything to force these guardians to come out quicker. And just moving the minions alone is driving me nuts. Having to go through every one and see if they're raiding or if they're not raiding. So that's a little boring. But there's a part of me that's like, yeah, I just want to start a new game. I said that actually several times now. I'm feeling more and more like that. Like I almost like that feeling of a new game more than this. This game, I don't know if I can handle. I mean, there's 10 scenarios. Like, let's say I was gung-ho and said, okay, let's record all 10 scenarios. Let's just go through them all. We started at 1, let's get all the way through 10. I don't think I'd get past 2 or 3 before I would just burn out on this game. I think that maybe with harder monsters, it'll change a little, because I'm looking at those more difficult decks that I purchased. Adding those to the game, maybe even adding more guardians, which I know is crazy because we haven't even gotten the 3 that we're supposed to get. But adding more guardians will help, because the guardians are tough. I actually think this game would be fun if you played with all 12 heroes, but I don't know how you'd handle the table space. So that's where I'm just getting tired. But also, in full confession, folks, I just cranked out easily 16, 17 hours worth of videos. All this playthrough has been cranked out in less than a week. I think I started last Thursday. It's Thursday now. So it's been 1 week. And there's nobody else that's pushed as many videos to YouTube as I have in that short period of time. And many people have had this game for weeks, longer than I have. So I think that might be another reason why I'm burning out, is just because I'm pushing myself too hard. But it gets to, like, I have fun as long as I'm engaged. And right now I'm feeling less engaged because there's just like, okay, what do I do this turn? Well, there's nothing to do. So maybe we can do some enlightenment and get some more skills, things like that. I'm not sure. Or maybe I just need a good night's sleep and then I can come back to this refreshed. I'm not sure about that either. I can tell you I spent all day at work today. Can't wait to get home because I knew I was going to have time tonight to play this. So I'm feeling extra disappointed that I'm sitting here telling you that I'm getting bored. But I am, and I can't help it. Clearing out these level 3 rooms is great, but all it's going to do is make me bored when we get to the level 3 part. All right, I'm repeating myself. So anyways, thanks for watching. Stay awesome. I think I'm at least going to take a small break I may record more tonight. I don't know. But let me go get something to eat, and, you know, maybe I'll come back after, what's those commercials where you're crabby and then you have a chocolate bar and then you're not so crabby anymore? That's how I feel. So let me go get my chocolate bar. Anyways, stay awesome, folks, and thank you for watching.